What's good, everybody? Hope you all are staying balanced and congruent, maintaining your frames, whatever that is for you at this current time. Uh, I wanted to make this video to address some of the comments that I've seen on the channel. There's been a few that have dealt with the idea of using pornography to counteract pornography, specifically dealing with audio files, like autoerotic audio files, sends sort of hypnotic type of stuff, and using that as a way to counteract the more negative type of hypnotic audio files that you might find yourself addicted to. Off the bat, I don't think it's a good idea. Now, the long of it is that, yes, these types of files can be used as a sort of crutch. And to be honest with you, I didn't have too much experience with these ones myself. So I looked into some of them today. My gosh. It was a little hard because I had to sift through all of that shit that I've been avoiding for so long. But now I feel like I'm at a point where I can look at a video, I can look at a porn site and not have cravings for the next 2 or 3 days or relapse or anything. But anyways, I suffered through some of the videos, watching them for you guys so that I can have a better understanding of it. And from what I found, again, it is a crutch. Now, if you had to pick between the lesser of two evils, yes, I would go with some of the stuff that these fellas were talking about. He said I believe it was HFO, not HFO type files, or ASMR, that are kind of just files that are used. The idea is, I think the general idea is to have orgasms without touching yourself, which is, that's a goal, a goal to have. Ideally, you don't want to be ejaculating loosey-goosey, willy-nilly like that. But that's like master level stuff down the road, where you get to the point where you can cycle that energy back up through your spine and use it to fuel yourself. But again, like I said, that's master level stuff. We just need to focus on not looking at porn right now. These videos, they don't serve much purpose aside from kind of weaning you off of something harder. In the same way that a methadone clinic might be used by someone who has a heavy drug addiction as an intermediary step between them and being completely clean. So if you want to look at the videos and use it in that aspect, then I still would kind of try to persuade you to use something else. But if you feel like that's what you need to do, then this is your journey, not mine. All I can do is provide signposts and directions. You ultimately choose where you want to walk. I never did that. For me, my pornography addiction was just a steady, not steady, but it was a progression downward into the abyss of like hypno videos and all that stuff is where it ended for me. So lingering down there and using different types of hypnos, I feel like it would be a trap for me. Again, that plays into novelty, which goes hand in hand with this dopamine release that we get when we're looking at pornography. It's looking at new models, new videos, new voices. The novelty is a huge part of it. So you're stroking that when you are playing with the idea of using porn to counteract porn. All right. Someone mentioned also, I think I was on the same video, someone mentioned that that's the only way to deprogram yourself from looking at pornography. Obviously, that's not the case. I've been trying to think for a while how to respond to that comment. I couldn't think of anything that didn't just come off like me being a dick. So that's why I didn't say anything. But no, you don't have to use hypno porn to reprogram your mind from hypno porn. Okay, it's not a fight fire with fire scenario. And if you do want to do that, all right, if you are stuck in that, if that's the reality you want to live in, where I have to use this tool because this is the type of thing that got me into it, so I need to use this thing to get me out, then make some yourself. It doesn't shit takes like 15 minutes between downloading the program, grabbing your phone, putting the record button, and then doing all that. You could say things like I am powerful. I have strength. My willpower is unbound. Whatever it is, you say that, and then you loop it, put it on maybe while you're going to sleep, or while you're doing your meditations, or maybe while you're working out. If you're serious about it, if you feel like that's the way that you need to go, then do something that you make up yourself. Don't rely on anything external or someone else, because when hard times come, you're gonna be looking for that, and there's just another dependency that you're forming for yourself. So, again, I see it as a crutch, and it's not something that I would gravitate towards. If you want to look for something to help take the place of it, exercise is a great thing. Video games work to a certain extent because your mind kind of zeroes in and into what you're doing. If you have any sort of artistic ability, be it writing, freestyling, dancing, drawing, whatever it is, something instructive, try to use that. Try to pair that with these strong cravings that you get, and then, like they say, synapses, talking about brain synapses that fire together, wire together. So if you always, when you get these strong cravings to look at porn or look at whatever it is, if you go and start lifting weights, soon those strong cravings will shift from porn, if you consistently deny it, that is, to, oh, I got this craving, I feel like I need to go work out. Much better craving to have to work out than to go and jerk yourself off and release all your energy and feel miserable for the next few days or whatever. So again, the videos, I'm not gonna endorse it. I can't endorse that. The hypno videos work on a lot of different levels, and I hadn't checked on them in a minute, but looking back at it now, they're just getting more and more sophisticated. More and more sophisticated. It's like these people are being taught by, Edward Bernays times 10 is constructing these videos. I don't know who's in charge of the hive, but we have to be vigilant. We have to be on our guard. Especially now at this time of the year, and at this time in general, we're coming across a really big, it's like a shift, a shakeup. I don't know if you guys have been feeling it. I have all types of energies and stuff. I've just been feeling different. And for me, it's manifested in the sense that I felt this sense of urgency, this motivation to get back to what it is that I want to do. I'll make these videos. It's also about to be we're in fall. It's about to be winter. So we're going into that death, into that dormant phase where, I don't know about you, but traditionally for me, that's when I've kind of gone into that slump of feeling sorry for myself and regressing, falling back on old bad habits. So now is the time to shore up your defenses and make sure that you are prepared to go through this long winter, the long night. There's another comment on the video on the section. He was talking about sadomasochistic tendencies and how to break oneself from that. Again, that will have to do with your behaviors. First, it's kind of the easiest place to start. Is to start on your behaviors on the physical level. And we get into the matter of willpower. It's like, if I could do that, I wouldn't be talking to you. Right. Well, you have to start on a small scale. Okay? First thing, obviously, whatever it is that you're engaging in, that you're not happy with, that you're not proud of, stop doing that if you can. And then supplement that with something else. Not another type of porn, okay? Not another type of autoerotic, what I say, HFO or SASMAR or whatever they call it. But something that is constructive. And if you can't find something that's constructive, do something that is punishing in a way. And I don't mean, like you're a flagellant or something like that. I mean, do something like I said, like working out, or start cleaning up, or do your homework or some shit. Do something that way so that when those thoughts come up over time, your brain will learn, I'm having these thoughts, I'm about to experience something uncomfortable. Let's just decrease the thoughts altogether. Uh, the S&M thing is difficult because pain and pleasure are intrinsically connected, and those parts of the brain are very close to one another. Uh, Something that's helped for me is to realize that, because I was like that, but I wasn't like that in the sense that I wasn't like that in the sense that I wanted to hurt others. I wanted to be the one who was abused. Like that song says, some of us wanted to be abused. That was me. Uh, Actually, that thought was arousing to me. To be tied up and not necessarily. I don't want to be hurt, just like humiliated or bound, constrained. And I had to tell myself, I was like, Michael, it's not sustainable. You're not going. You can't see yourself. I mean, I couldn't see myself being 50 years old, 60 years old, married. If I'm married with children, and still engaging in those activities because of my own perception of it. If you can, if you can do these things and not see it as being something bad, and honestly be honest with yourself and see it as being something okay, well then maybe it's okay. Maybe it's something you engage in, you and your partner, you talk about it from time to time. But if you do it and you feel bad, or you feel like a fraud, or you feel like whatever negative thing you want to do, then you need to drop it, because that is going to eat away at you one way or another. I think I'm staring at a cyclops looking at this camera. But yeah, it's gonna eat away at you one way or another. So you need to realize that. And people will be quick to say, "Oh, but it's okay. You shouldn't be shaming people." It's like, all right, yeah. Well, some people need some shame. Some people need some shame in their lives. Like I said, if you had some sort of fetish where you wanted to fuck women who were anorexic, some shame needs to come your way, because that's not healthy for you or them. All right. Or if you needed to punch someone to the point where they're bleeding, you need a heavy dose of shame and ridicule, because that's not healthy. That's not sustainable. There's something underneath that you need to address, and it's manifesting itself in these fetishes, and it happened to tie itself to your sexual drive. So now you got this strange ass fetish. But if you want to engage in some BDSM stuff, and like I said, you feel comfortable with that, it doesn't make you feel diminished or less than. At the core, you can play the fantasy of being weak or whatever, but as long as it's a fantasy, you don't really associate with that. That's okay. As long as it's not, oh, that's the only thing that I need. I need that in order to get off. I need that in order to become aroused. Then you have a problem, my friend, that you need to address. All right. As long as it's something that it's like an option. Do you want sprinkles? Do you not want sprinkles? Hey, babe, do you want to bust out the handcuffs and stuff? No? Okay, all right, well, maybe next time. Next time might not be for a few weeks. If you're okay with that, then that, what I would say, is a healthy fetish, as long as it's not something that you have to depend upon. I've been looking at forums and stuff, talking to people, and a lot of the issues is that they can't go back to that. They can't engage in regular vanilla and regular sex, because they need these outside things. And if they don't get it, then they're running through programs, they're running through fantasies and movies in their head. That's where I was. I was playing myself. I was running through fantasies and stuff in my head in order to become hard and stay hard. And definitely not healthy. So I say all that to say that I don't endorse the using porn to counteract porn. If you want to use it as a stepping stone, all right, But be real with yourself. Set limits. And when I say set limits, I mean write that shit. Excuse me. I mean write that down. All right. Write your limits down and stick to it. Have a checklist. Put it somewhere where you're reminded of it. Because it's really easy to trick yourself into thinking that, okay, well, I'm not looking at this like this like morbidly obese hypno feminization type of thing. I'm just looking at something that's just nice and calming, and it's okay. It's like, all right, but I mean, where are you gonna be at 2 weeks from now, or 2 months, or 2 years? Are you still gonna be watching those things? Do you really need it? Can you stop if you wanted to? These are questions you need to ask yourself. Well, yeah, it feels good. I haven't made a video in a long time, and again, I can feel this like current coming through, and I'm just coasting. So I'm gonna use this energy while I got it to pump out some videos, and hopefully it's something you guys can vibe with, something you guys can relate to. If you enjoy, if you appreciate it, hit the notification, leave a like, subscribe, all that jazz. Also check out the Discord channel if you want to talk to me, directly. If you want to talk one-on-one, and I plan on, well, I'm not even gonna talk about that. I'm trying not to talk about stuff until I manifest it fully. So I'll catch you on the next one. Be easy, stay balanced. Keep your vibrations up and remain congruent with your frame. All right. Blah.